Okay, and I've spent 5 experience points, so now I just have 1, right? That's how that works.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm back down. 19.
I spent 5 experience points and I'm down to none.
I don't have any experience points. Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's hard out here for a little.
5 mutation points. I'm ready to blow someone's face off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never spending mutant points because I need them as a threat of mutually assured destruction. By the way, you can cut Night to Long Lives. I was just free associating. That was when Hitler came to power.
Oh, shit. Did not think about that.
No, and Jenna is the Ernst Röhm of this situation. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but I think I was referring to it more in we had the knives. It's a bad look.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Tales of Podcasts. Podcasts. Oh, this wire on my teeth is making this very difficult with all my S's. I'm Jan, your GM with a lisp, and we are playing Mutant Year Zero. I'm sitting here with like the cheekiest little grin on my face for just how upset all the boys are. I'm joined by 3 seething friends of mine. Who knows how much longer that will last. I'm joined by...
Patsy, playing Millicent Thunderchild, plotting revenge for the betterment of society and the worsenment of several people's lives in specific.
I'm Fabio. And the reason we're annoyed and the people outside protesting are annoyed is because of Jan's stance on...
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a call-out post.
I'll turn corner there.
We have receipts.
Ooh, did I get to you that much, Fabio?
You're cancelled. We're cancelling you right now.
Yeah, I'm playing Turk. Oh, and I'm Fabio. And I'm angry. So angry.
I'm Charles, and I'm playing Gearhead Sasmataz. Solemn today. Yeah. Although this is good, juicy role playing.
Zazie was very upset.
Oh yeah.
Last session.
Zazie was definitely upset last session.
You caused quite a scene last session.
Zazie was feeling sassy.
Oh! Yes. Yeah. Good times.
All right, let's do a little recap. Last session, you returned home victorious from vanquishing the beast that had been stalking the lands of the Ark. A mutated stealth bear with acidic capabilities that lived in a burrow surrounded by unexploded ordnance. You came back to the Ark with meat, bones, and the body of an unidentified mutant. You weren't able to spend much time at the celebration, though, as Tark discovered that his den had been ransacked and the diary stolen. Zazie also discovered that his home had been attacked, as well as his roommates, and their good friend Marle had been taken in by boss Briston. At your meeting with Briston, he told you he was holding and punishing Marle for ransom because of you stealing an artifact from his enforcer Nelma back in episode 2. Your choice is to bring him 25 bullets in 24 hours, or get Dagmar to stop selling her booze, Dagmar's finest, and hand over her gearhead to his operation. Naturally, you had no intention of fucking over Dagmar, so resolved to earn some bullets and make sure Marle retains all his fingers. With a personal promise you would, sometime in the future, take Briston down, turning the incident Jan expected to be a half-session side story into a mainline revenge quest, and Briston into a bigger baddie than I could have managed alone. So, let's jump right back in, lads. How are we kicking off?
How would we make some money?
So you can sell stuff. You can steal stuff. You can do jobs for people. Some people will offer you jobs for money, but
like, how much are they going to? They're not going to give us 25.
It depends on the job. You already have some bullets as well, remember? You don't have to earn 25 because you already have some.
Why not? I need those bullets.
That's the point.
I need those bullets for what happens after this.
The more bullets you get will be more unsavory work.
Okay, and the much as it would pain me to have to do this, the painkillers and Fanta orange can that I have, are those worth a certain amount?
They'll be worth more than average scrap, yeah.
Yeah, those are artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go to Dagmar, sell him those artifacts?
Sure.
Her.
Yeah, it's a little ambiguous.
The masculine name Dagmar, and the...
I thought Dagmar was the woman's name.
Yeah, it's like sounds quite like masculine, and also there's a Game of Thrones character called Dagmar who's a man, but
Really?
And the drawing that I'm looking at, it's
okay.
Should we go to Dagmar, see if Dagmar will buy these things for a good price, considering what Briston wanted us to do to Dagmar?
Yeah, she might appreciate the intelligence we can bring her and might have some insight on the situation.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go see Dagmar? I'll go see Johammed.
Okay.
We go to Dagmar.
Yeah.
Or you go to Dagmar.
Okay.
And I'm going to do all sorts of shit.
Okay, goes against perhaps the strategic element of my nature to let my eye off you for a second, but you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Tark, you don't have to announce it to us when you're going to the bathroom. Like, we all have to go. It's okay.
No, what Tark is going to do is cause distractions and disruptions so that whoever is watching us for Briston will hopefully pay attention to Tark instead.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I would quite like some cover for talking to Johammed, because it'd be better to do that in secret.
Okay, then let me think. Let's do this. We'll say first Millicent is going to go talk to Johammed, and you can make some kind of roll to see how well you can distract.
Okie dokie.
Let me see.
Just don't shoot anybody. Unless it's Nelma and you have a really good opportunity.
Yes, please shoot Nelma.
That's either part B or C of the plan.
I could just spontaneously combust Nelma.
Yes. Yes. Although Nelma has seen fire just pop around her before.
Like as an act of protest, except... Like, are you immune to your own fire, or could you technically burn yourself to death by accident?
You're not fireproof.
No, because it's like pyrokinetic. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do to distract whoever is following you?
So first of all, I am going to quite loudly sell some water. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to walk around like the streets banging like a water container, go,
water for sale, clean water for sale, hero water for sale. It's been blessed by the heroes of the water plant.
For the water plant.
The pure ones.
All hail the pure ones.
And just generally making a big hullabaloo.
Are you actually going to sell some water?
Yeah.
This is I'm gonna crack up if we accidentally start a religion of the pure ones on the ark, and next time we go to see them, it's just like a horde of it's the pure ones.
Listen, if we need to start a fake religion which turns into a real religion to destabilize our society but gets rid of Briston, it will be worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's say roll me manipulate. It's not quite the right stat for it, but I don't think there is one for it.
Maybe sneak.
Any bonuses or negative modifiers?
No, because you're not being helped.
I got nothing.
I could help you. What if we pretend to have like an argument and go our separate ways, and that'll cover our leaving?
Oh yeah, let's start with that, and then I'll go try selling things.
Yeah. So,
like, I'm not trying to. Is this? Am I rolling to make money or rolling to distract?
To distract.
Okay.
So,
alrighty.
Yeah, like somewhere semi-public, we could sort of exaggerate, like you're off the rails and I'm caving to pressure, and we have a disagreement, and I go off apparently to hide or like lick my wounds or whatever, squeeze out a few fake tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, could I roll manipulate? Would that work?
I think we can just go with Fabio's manipulate roll with your help.
Okay, yeah, have
So
a
you
dice.
can give an extra dice for that.
Okay, that's still only 3. No passes.
Okay.
Push. What's the worst that could happen?
Do you want to push it?
No.
Okay. But you still successfully gather a crowd around you. How much water do you want to sell?
I have 6, so I'm willing to sell 2.
Okay. How much do you want to sell them for?
What's the going rate? It's probably 1.
As much as you want it to be.
It's 1 bullet for 2, isn't it?
Oh.
I think that was the original. But you've got blessed water.
I do
by
have
the
blessed
pure
water,
ones,
and there's
so-
hardly any water here, so I'm selling them for 5 apiece.
5 apiece.
Yeah.
Roll a manipulate.
Will anyone give me 5? I'm looking for 5. Anyone gonna give me 5? Have I got
No
5? Have
one's
I got
going
5 over
twice.
there? Yes, I have a 5. I got 1 success.
1 success. A bartering starts, and you successfully sell 2 of them
Oh.
for. Was it? Did you say it was the going rate was?
It used to be 1 bullet for 2. I
1
think
bullet for 2. You successfully sell them both for 6 bullets.
Wow.
I'll take that. Hang on. I'm going to count these separate from Tark's bullets.
Yeah, the big telethon thermometer goes up by 6 bullets.
And then let's the camera sweeps around and we follow Millicent's retreating little body as she goes towards Johammet's den.
Okay, she's gone from screeching, "You're a loose cannon, Tark! I can't We're done, alright? You're just gonna get me in trouble, and I just need some time to think, alright?" And she goes, round behind the garbage dump, takes a second to, get her breath back, and sort of straightens her clothes, adjusts the necklace of doll heads, which she wears as a good luck charm, centers herself, and where can Johammet usually be found?
So Johammet's den is... There's a specific boat currently actually on Trep Tower that is one of those houseboats, but it's always covered in plants. So I think it's like that. It's a several-tier story, square houseboat. It's got frames where the windows were, and they used to have glass in there, but on some there's just kind of bits of corrugated cardboard and I keep saying corrugated a lot, but it is, right?
It's a good word.
On the windows, but it is covered in various mosses and a few weeds and such like that. It's room to house. I think it's got room to house maybe 4 or 5 people. So he stays there with a couple of people from his crew.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up. Are there usually people from his crew hanging around, sort of unofficially guarding type of thing?
Yeah.
Do I know any of them? Who was on Johammet's crew?
Jonas
Oh,
Ariel.
and Ariel.
Okay, well we
Lambda.
like Ariel better. Is she there?
Ariel's not there though. Ariel was helping with the food.
All right, is Jonat's there?
Oh no, Jonas is
Jonas is
Victoria's
Victoria.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
enforcer.
But there are a couple of them lounging around on the veranda area outside. I'll say that you know those guys.
Okay, make a little formal nod to them as a group. Is the big man free?
One of them looks behind into the darkness and is like, "Jammed!" And you hear a, "Yes, it is fine. Millicent."
Time for a word, boss?
But of course, I will always make time for you, our Ark's fiercest little warrior.
She suppresses a brave little smile and goes on through the door.
Is something amiss? I thought you'd be enjoying the festivities.
It's been an interesting sort of day. Johammet, I'm not sure how much you've heard. Well, me and my crew have, I'll talk about sweet and sour. We went straight from victory to, successful. Always attract envy, I suppose. we've run into a little trouble. I just thought you should be made aware of it.
Oh? Go on.
It's Briston. We got on the wrong side of him. I know, the balance of power is delicate, but he's overreaching again. This isn't the first time we've seen this.
True. Briston has gradually brought nothing but misery to this place and our people.
He doesn't believe in progress. That's always been the problem with him. A short-term thinker. He's not like you.
Briston is a complicated man, I think. He has beliefs in progress in his own way, but not in the way you and I think, of course.
I think he's a parasite, and I think the Ark would be better off without him, but...
You and I certainly agree there.
But you should know he's got me and my friends over a barrel at the moment. Hostage situation. So...
Oh, who?
Marle, the amphibious fellow.
Doesn't Marle work for Briston?
I mean, I think he's trying to make a point just because he knows that Marle's a friend of ours.
Oh.
Unsubtle, you know what I mean? Like, people in power, just shows of strength and all very well, but this is, well, it's just crass.
I hate how he has become able to flaunt his power within the Ark so easily.
Not forever, he won't.
Indeed, not if I have anything to say about it.
That's good to hear. Anyway, we've got to earn some money as quickly as we can just to get him off our backs. If we can't look after our friends, what can we do, right?
Indeed.
Don't have any advice on that, do you?
I did hear a few things whilst out by the fire. Seems Phil is having some trouble with his grub sourcing. That's all he said. I also heard Moriarty is having some trouble with thieves. Maybe one of those two could have a job for you.
Yeah, and no one is realistically going to pay me for secretarial duty or anything like that. No one wants to write their will or anything.
Needs that.
No, not really a thing in our society. Yet. I think I know a guy. Thanks for the tip, boss.
If you have any grub or water you've picked up along the way too, you could sell those for sure.
Millicent envisions herself making the world's most pathetic lemonade stand.
I'm afraid I can't offer you anything myself.
Oh, I understand. I didn't come here looking for a handout.
I have to protect my people. You understand.
No, of course I understand. You bear a heavy load already without taking on my problems. I believe in you, boss.
It is true that we must care for all of the Ark if we are to prosper, but my advice would be consider the greater good. Is rescuing Marle gonna be worth it?
Yes. Yes, what are you talking about?
He is only one man. Will collecting those bullets and giving them to Briston really be of benefit to the Ark as a whole?
I think I read somewhere that whoever saves one life saves the world entire. I think you need to think small before you can start thinking big.
What a wonderful world that would be.
Well, there comes a point where a person just decides what they will and will not put up with. I'll save my friend, but I will not forget the barbarity that has been inflicted on us, and I want you to know that when the tables turn and the times change and power shifts in the direction of civilization and progress, that you won't stand in my way. Respectfully, of course.
I admire your fire, Millicent.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Anyway, don't let me interrupt your day any further.
I wish you well.
And yeah, she's gonna go reconvene. But yeah, let's see how everyone else has been doing. I hope Zazie is having better luck with Dagmar.
Yeah, Zazie, what are you up to? You guys split, and then we didn't hear what happened with that Zazie.
Zazie's off to see Dagmar.
Okay, so you go up to her shack, the door is open, and she's lounging on the counter, playing with some kind of a fidget toy in her hands. She sees you and she slaps the counter. Well now, if it ain't the famous Zazzy, the Zaz Man, destroyer of devourers. What can I do for you this fine afternoon? Cup of Dagmar's finest?
Dagmar, is there anybody else on your boat today?
I mean, Tara ain't upstairs, I don't think, today.
Good. And I close the door and I try to look as solemn as possible while still grinning, which probably looks very confusing.
She steps back slightly from the counter.
Dagmar, I'm afraid I'm bearing bad news, and I'm hoping that you won't hold it against me.
You sound a little bit too serious for such a lovely day.
You've heard of Briston.
Her face drops. Why you gotta bring that name into my store?
Well, don't you know, Briston has kidnapped Marle.
Marle?
Yes.
The big sweet fella?
Yes. And Marle's always looked out for me and for us.
Oh no.
And the going rate to get Marle just unharmed is either 25 bullets or the person who makes your booze.
They want to kill Tara?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think they want to take over.
Oh.
But I mean, maybe.
Actually, you made this news sound not quite as bad by making me think it was worse than it actually is.
They want you. Yeah, they want the competition.
She grips the counter and she has like a grimace on her face, like, I thought this day might come. That Briston. You know, I do not know what his gearhead's putting in his booze, but it is not good. I heard it been giving folks the most terrible gut rot.
Out of desperation, Zara has made a mental note that Dagmar just said that their gearhead that provides their booze is called Zara. Just
No, Tara. It's the girl who lives upstairs.
So Tara is not only the girl that lives upstairs, but also the one making the booze. Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know.
If all else fails,
just
we
out
can
of pure
kidnap her.
desperation. Yeah, exactly. Dagmar, we don't want to give Briston any more strength, but we've got a deadline, and Marle wouldn't be happy if we harmed anybody else in this, but we need to come up with these 25 bullets. Is there any way you could help us?
First of all, thank you for telling me. And not just coming right in and trashing the place. Or worse, hurting Tara in any way. How's about I help you out a little, and you do a job for me? Sounds like things might be getting a little bit dangerous. Maybe we need some defenses, some devices to protect the steel.
Yeah. That's what I do. I build stuff. Yeah, I can do that.
Hey, we know a guy who can make traps. They don't have a great track record.
Or not. Yes. Yeah, I could definitely do that.
If you can be keeping his goons out of here, I'll give you 5 bullets. And some free booze, of course.
I'll take it.
Well, all right. I ain't got no scrap to spare, though.
That's okay. I'm good at getting scrap. I'm gonna have to look at it to figure out what kind of trap. But don't you know that's maybe I could do this. I think I can. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, that would be such a worry off my mind. You guys ain't gonna hurt Tara, though, are ya?
No. Marle would never forgive me if I got him out by hurting someone else.
All right.
I say that, but Zazzie's totally thinking about it. Zazzie's desperate.
If you're going up against Briston with this, sounds like I might need a protection detail in the future.
Yeah. Maybe that would be wise if...
Yeah. Thank you for coming to me with this. She leans across the counter and offers her hand like to give you a predator shake.
Contact. Oh boy. Zazie puts his hand out timidly and just the biggest smile on a worried face. Just
She shakes your hand and she said, "Information is just as valuable as physical things in business. And you always finish business with a handshake, my friend."
Oh, well, good to know. I'll make a mental note of that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And sorry.
Don't be sorry. You ain't gonna be hurting me or Tara, so that's fine.
Yes. Yeah. Of course not. Yeah. No. Sorry about that. I think. Yeah. I'm gonna go have a look at what we can do. Yeah.
Alrighty. Ours still is in your hands now.
Great. Cool.
So we've learned what Dagmar's weakness is, which, to start, maybe that'll help us work out the weakness of anyone we actually dislike.
Can I sell to Dagmar my golf club?
Sure.
How many bullets is that gonna get? A couple bullets, maybe?
You show it to her. Is it a full golf club or did we say it was just a shaft, right?
Yeah.
So just a pole.
Oh shit! I thought.
Poles, get your poles here. I've only got one of them.
I can't remember whether it's
Can't work a shaft if you don't have a shaft.
That's a good question. I remember we got excited about calling it a golf club. It might not be. It might just be a long metallic shaft. Yeah, sure.
Should give you 1 bullet for it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, yeah, I did get excited because it was a weapon, but yeah, that's good.
It's pretty rusty.
Yeah, but that makes it look intimidating. It's a shiv. It's a really long
Might
shiv.
get tetanus from it.
Yeah.
I think of all of the resources that are in short supply in this vision of the future, rust is not one of them.
So what are we at now? You're currently at like 11 bullets?
11. Yeah.
It's starting to come up on evening now.
I'm going to see if I can maybe hang around with my fellow chroniclers and work out who might be buying artifacts who isn't Briston.
I think most of the fixers would buy artifacts. You should be aware, though, that the Ark is a hotbed of rumor. You want to go to someone trusted if you're going to sell artifacts, because especially if any chroniclers found out that you've been selling artifacts.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this.
Yeah.
Also, I check my room to make sure someone has not, further made the point by wrecking my home place as well.
So your home place is the communal bunk of the chroniclers?
Yes. If someone has ransacked my 1/20th of the room, that'll just ruin my day even more.
What do you have at your bunk?
Bunch of writing on the wall, my chronicles of myself, lots of little, ends of toothbrushes and completely useless, non-scrap things that I think are neat. Piles of...
Just a bunch of shivs.
Yeah, indeed. Piles of, rare paper that I've, put notes on and then had to like write over it, but mostly things which are valuable to Millicent and not to anybody else.
So your bunk hasn't been destroyed or anything like that, although you do notice that someone has corrected your spelling of the stuff on the wall in a red crayon.
Yeah, look, I'm not a detective, but I think I know who might be responsible for this. But you know what? I've got bigger problems right now. I've graduated to the big leagues where I have enemies who are going to kill me instead of, make me feel bad about myself. So you know what, Davine, I've outgrown you, your petty childish games. I say to the empty room. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I want to find someone to sell to, but I don't want to go in blind. Would sense emotion work to like see who might be good for it? Or comprehend?
Comprehend is only for like understanding artifacts and such, or old world stuff.
Scout?
I think sense emotions, but it has to be on a specific person.
Okay. So who's a random fixer?
So we've named 3. We've got Phil, Moriarty, and Dagmar.
Okay, I will talk to Phil, who is looking for grub, so I can talk to him about that and also say, hey, buddy, you want to buy some Fanta Orange?
Just imagining Millicent opening like a little coat and having the Fanta like hanging from a clip in the coat.
Yeah, that's basically my plan. So yeah, I'll go see him.
Okay, so Fixer Phil has a small den. It's basically just a pile of scrap metal that floats on like a tire or two, and he has like a little like a dinghy out back that's also covered. That's moored to his den. Smells quite rank, but he's sitting out front. Like on a little like piece of scrap metal outside. He's got a little piece of string attached to his toe that's dangling in the water, and he's laying back, enjoying watching the sunset.
Yeah, pause to get my game face on. Good morrow, Philip. Permission to come aboard, Captain?
Well, now, if it isn't Millicent Thunderchild.
Oh, yes. I see my reputation precedes me, and I admire your head for business, and I thought we might have a little powwow about a matter of mutual interest.
Course, come on in, come on aboard. I'm always happy to hear that people are in need.
Well, so what did Johammed say? Like he was looking for some grub, or?
He needed some help with his grub acquisitions.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can talk to him about that, and I want to subtly sound him out about how trustworthy he seems. Like, can this guy keep a secret if I were to, like, give him something very valuable?
Hold on. Oh, actually, sense emotion is only when someone tries to manipulate you.
Oh, interesting.
Well, we can do it in that he rolls manipulate, and that he doesn't want, probably is trying to hide whatever...
Yeah.
Doesn't like being read, and then you can use sense emotion that way. Okay. He got a fail.
Okay, shall I roll?
Yes.
I have no successes and no failures.
So we both fail.
Can I push it?
Yes, of course.
These biohazard symbols are bad, right? Yeah, that's 2 fails, no successes.
Oh no.
So that's 2 hits against your empathy.
Oof.
So doubt, 2 doubt.
Oh, I'm stricken with doubt, and I've already got one from seeing Davine's hairstyle earlier, so really racking it up. My empathy is like lower now, right? So it's currently 2. There we go.
So, as disgusting as his den seems to you, Phil is incredibly charming. He's like, oh, I've been hearing all about your exploits. They sound fascinating. I need someone just like you to help me for sure. I'll bet you can help me make some of the best deals. I can tell you have a real head for business and knowing the quality and value of everything you see, just like me.
Oh, my only weakness, my overweening ego. This guy's amazing. Real great judge of character.
So what is it you need? I can get anything for you. That's why they call me Fixer Phil. First class.
Does insectoid work for him, by the way?
Sure.
Okay, so now I trust this guy because I'm a fucking idiot. So time to make some bad decisions. Well, I heard you were looking for a new supplier. You need a... Yeah, as you know, we were recently able to get some grub into town. We've been enjoying it. You looking to find a supplier?
Well, looking for someone to inherit the role of my previous supplier. They, didn't come back from the zone a few days ago, and I need someone to step up and take over this lucrative opportunity to get onto the business ladder.
Okay, so basically, like, food is scarce, and it's all about who you know, and you either are getting it from, like, your influence within the Ark, or you're getting it from the wasteland, right? Those are sort of the two possibilities for people in this position.
If you're interested, you'll also become privy to the secret of our endless grub supply.
Well, I think secrets for secrets. You show me mine, I'll show you yours.
He giggles at this and kind of looks left and right, like exaggerated, conspiratorially, and leans in, and he says, "Now, back here, I still got his grub club and brick. There is an endless supply of those mutated mutts just outside the Ark.
Uh-huh.
Now, no one's gonna miss those dogs. The dog handlers can't keep track of all of them. Just 1 or 2 a week here and there. Boom! Endless meat."
Guys, I'm starting to think we may have landed in some sort of dystopia. The vibes are fucked.
What gave you that impression?
Sorry, so what he's saying
This
is...
all seemed much more whimsical than previous.
It's the pure ones. I mean,
Sorry,
candy.
so he's saying he used to have a dog guy who would provide wild dogs for consumption purposes and doesn't have that anymore.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. No,
You mean you haven't heard of Phil's Fantastical Steaks?
he's going to be like, okay, you're my new supplier. Here, take this half brick that the other guy used to use. And Millicent just looking at this like stained brick and it's a living. Wanders off to the wasteland to do unspeakable things. Okay,
Now, I can sell one of these steaks for 3 bullets, no questions asked. I'll give you 1 bullet per steak.
Okay, so I'm in a point of desperation. So if we have Millicent walk off into the wasteland, fade to black, and she makes some rolls, comes back with more points of doubt and a couple of things on her conscience. Would that work for you?
If that's what she wants to do, if you want to do this, then yeah, sure.
This is a day for doing things I'll regret. So yeah, she's gonna go off on the world's most depressing hunting trip.
Love it.
Roll me a fight.
All right. And I have my spear, so go. That is. And roll. 2 successes.
Ooh. So you successfully acquire meat. Let's just put it that way.
Which is in an unmarked bag.
I'll say for that you can get 4 sticks. Or let's say it's 4 portions of grub.
4 grub. Okay.
And he'll give you 4 bullets for that.
Okay, and since we've been doing such wonderful business, we're maybe gonna, I'm sitting at his desk, which is his boat.
Just imagine, we cut to black and then we cut back to the boat, and he's like sitting with his feet up on a pile of scrap, and Millicent just has this bloody bag in her hand and is covered in blood and has a haunted expression on her face.
Pretty much, yeah. You interested in something a bit more exotic? You seem like a man of discernment.
Ooh, now that's the perfect kind of thinking for a businesswoman. I knew I had the right person. Tell me, what are you thinking?
Yeah, well, keep your voice down, my bug-eyed buddy, but... And she reaches into her little satchel. Not the one that's full of...
Meat?
Yes. It's usually full of bits of paper, but she just flashes, like, the label of the can a little bit. The bright, saturated colors that you never see in the wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
How about this sort of thing?
Ooh, his eyes bug out and he practically crawls over clambers over the table to get a closer look. My. You do have an eye for fine things. What have we got here?
I could even tell you what it says on the outside, if you like.
Do tell.
She starts reading the ingredient. She doesn't know what any of the words mean. She doesn't know what gum or, the various sorts of preservatives. There's a lot of curious runes all starting with E.
He has a very vacant look on his face and he's just kind of staring at the can.
Why is no one impressed by my literacy? God damn it.
And, just what is it?
I believe it to be a restorative drink made by the ancients.
Can I touch it?
Your eyes, not with your hands, my friend.
I'm gonna let him touch the impermeable covering of this beautiful shiny can.
Yeah, he rubs the cover and he's like, oh wow. He shakes it a little bit and feels the liquid moving inside.
Oh, be careful. I understand you can make it angry by doing that.
Oh my. This is indeed a mighty fine thing.
I also read the label to express just how much energy is packed into this small 330 milliliter container. I don't know what a kilocalorie is, but I try to impress him with my knowledge of that.
Intriguing. I most certainly need to have something like this for sure. You looking to move it?
You better believe I want to sell it. I wouldn't just go showing it off. I wouldn't be so crass. If you're interested, let's see the color of your bullets.
My. He kind of sits back, rolls his tongue over his teeth, and then his eyes, as he sits and thinks. How's about 5 bullets?
Do I have any idea whether I'm being ripped off or not?
No.
Man, that textbook on economics was no help at all.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would take that.
Great.
And I sort of want to lower the price so that he keeps his mouth shut about it, but you know what? I'm economizing right now. What happens, happens.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's 9 bullets total.
Okay, so 9 goes in the Save Marle fund, and I no longer have my beautiful soda can. Life is sad.
Pleasure doing business with you, my dear Millicent.
Millicent clutches the fistful of stained and dented bullets, and it's like, this isn't the civilization I wanted to build.
Come back anytime. I'm always happy to do business with you. In fact, I'll need another meat supply run in a few days.
Millicent just nods wearily and I think goes off to have a bit of a cry in the rubbish heap.
I'm sorry.
Okay, 9 bullets profit. That's fine. That's worth selling my soul for.
Fabio, how's Tark doing?
Tark is
Going to go out?
I guess he's checking behind couches. He's just looking through. He's just scavenging.
Well, good, because
I think maybe he'll go outside the walls and scavenge outside, see if we can find something to sell.
Yeah, because Zaz is going to come to see Tark.
Yeah.
Tark,
how much did you get?
I got a job. If we securize Dagmar's gearheads, what was it? Still. We'll get 5 bullets. But you know about traps, right?
So you got no bullets.
I got one bullet.
Is that the answer to our question?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got the prospect of bullets.
I got the prospect of bullets. Yes.
Do you have the scrap needed to build the traps?
No, I need to go out. I need to go outside.
But what? Where's our economy here? How much are you going to spend for these 5 bullets that may get somewhere.
Scrap is nothing. But we'll also get Dagmar in our good graces, which is what we were talking about early on. Anyway, you're making me sound like I don't know what I'm doing, Tark. And don't you know this is...
Okay, calm down. We're going outside. Come on.
All right, you know traps though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with your know-how and my ability to do, we'll get this done in no time.
Okay. Come on.
Should we go get Millicent as well?
Millicent's busy.
Millicent is absolutely busy.
Okay, let's go out. Yes.
Okay. We see the two of you walking down the gangplank to go back into the woods around the ark. As we see in the distance a little toddling Millicent sitting on a bank and kicking a stone.
Yeah, she's like sitting on an old tire and she's using a stick to draw in the dirt, like some like skyscrapers and churches and stuff, and like drawing a little tiny round Millicent in the middle.
Aww.
Just thinking of the future that could be. And then using that same stick to ward off the seagulls that come to eat her because they mistake her for a pile of trash. Yeah. Huddle.
Millicent.
Yes. She seems to be cleaning some sort of unpleasant substance off her hands, but it won't come off.
What do you smell of, Millicent?
Don't. Desperation, I think. This is bad, guys. I'm all out of ideas.
Well, I might have access to 5 more bullets, but for that, I was thinking about going out and getting some scrap. I found out who Dagmar is. Wouldn't you know? Dagmar's gearhead that's doing her moonshine, her booze, her...
Oh, Tara, yeah?
What, you knew?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a small community.
Everybody knew?
She signs the bottles.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, I can read. You guys can't read.
Wait. If everybody knew, why was Briston even asking us to go find out who it was and then take care of them? If everybody knows. Nobody knows.
Briston can't read either.
Oh, okay.
He didn't tell you to go find out.
He just told us to go and
and
get rid of them.
get rid of them.
Or bring them in.
I'll bring them in.
Anyway, Dagmar has asked me to build defenses for Tara, and I was
All right, well, we need all the allies we can get. Good work, Zazie. If we help Dagmar out with this, that's almost the start of a power block.
Indeed. Also, we thought we would maybe go out and explore our zone and maybe get some scrap or other things to make some money, potentially sway the power.
All right, how's the ransom pile looking at the moment? Millicent gets her 9 bullets in her hand.
I've got my 7.
Well, Zaz, you had, if you count them separately, you had 1.
Oh, I'm not counting them separately.
Well, you counted mine then?
No, they're my 7. I only made 1, but I had 6 already.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Well, I had my original 6.
Zazie is not separating his bullets like you are, Tark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just you. My 9 are also my private funds, but I don't have enough private funds that segregating them would be anything other than
see.
pretentious.
So I have 6.
So Tark earned 6,
Yes.
Zazie earned 1, and Millicent earned 9.
I have an idea, and I don't know if it's going to pan out. Millicent, I was listening to you talking about the financial situation.
The Great Student Loan Civil War of 2008.
Right.
I found some fragmentary documents.
And you said that one could buy debt. Perhaps I could take on Marle's debt.
Yes, it's very, very important to find out whether it's subprime or not. I don't know what that means, but you check.
Why would you take on his debt? He got himself in trouble,
Right.
okay?
Well, Marle's always been, an older sibling.
Did you do all that gambling for Marle?
No, but...
Did you sleep on the job for Marle?
No, but...
Well, then...
I would like to get Marle out of debt and out of working for Briston.
And where will you be then?
In debt.
In debt.
To Briston, working for Briston.
Right, but then we'd have an inside man.
You're not smart enough to be an inside man.
Cold. Very cold.
Well, do you want to be the inside man?
He's not going to trust me.
Well, then, why would he not trust me?
I think that's some good lateral thinking, but I'm not sure where it would get us in the long run, now that I think about it.
Okay.
Zazie, you have a kind heart and a distorted mind, but you cannot do this job. And you should not put yourself in harm's way like that.
Though Millicent now respects your pure heart and capacity for abstract thinking a little more.
Thank you. All right, fine then. How are we going to get back once we've paid this at Briston, and all the while taking care of the Ark? Don't you know? I don't know.
I believe the great warlord Winston Churchill once said that the best revenge is to live well. And I think by doing what I believe we were placed upon this blighted earth to do, and making the Ark better, and helping the people who matter, I think that will put us on a path to deal with miserable and worthless parasites like Briston, and he will get what's coming to him when the time is right.
All right, but
I feel like we've lost sight of the real goal here. We know Eden exists.
Right.
We saw it. We have the name. Millicent told us how to say this name.
What's it again?
It's on the notepad there.
It was a giant's name. Mimir, there we go.
Mimir. We have to find Mimir.
Exactly.
And for that, we have to get the magazine back. And the diary.
The diary. The
magazine's in the Dawn Vault,
yes.
And the diary is what Briston
you know?
has. Listen, we could get to a point where we could negotiate for it.
We need power.
Right now we have none.
Right.
We only have the right on our side.
We have, yeah. But also...
The quality of right, not the political right.
But also, we've started to become famous. People in the Ark expect us to go out. We have a unique access point that others don't.
And Tark is a famed hero.
Being famous will get you killed. Take it from Tark.
Tark gets a 1,000-yard stare.
Tark's never been killed.
I don't think Tark can be killed.
No one can kill Tark.
Everyone can be killed.
If Tark dies, can Millicent be the new Tark?
I insist
You can make
upon
me
it.
some stilts.
That does remind me, I'd be meaning to ask, what was old Tark's mutation?
Old Tark's mutation was...
Pyrokinesis as well.
It wasn't pyrokinesis. It was that one that makes people afraid of you.
Mind terror.
Was it called Mind Terror?
Yes,
Yeah.
that I do remember that slightly awkward phrase from the rules, yeah.
No, it was definitely a different word. I feel like it began with a P as well.
Am
Pathokinesis.
I...
Oh, that's my thing. All right, where were we? So listen, I think we need to do what we do best. Keep on our right path. Not let this insect-brained bully derail us. So we do not forget and we do not forgive, but we do what we need to do and we move on.
We do not remember. No. The other thing.
Yeah,
No.
do remember.
Do remember.
Yes.
I'll write it
And
down
no.
for you.
So actually you've got a couple of options what to do next, because you can go out now. It's about 6 p.m. now. If you explore a new zone, it'll take you into nighttime and it'll be very dangerous. You can stay in the Ark for a night. We don't have to roleplay the whole thing. We can skip to the next morning. Or you could spend the evening working on the public works, which we didn't do last session,
I'm
How
into
long
that.
did those
and go
take?
out in the morning. It's a scene.
Okay, so we can move that forward by spending our evening sleep, go out, right?
Hey everyone, Editor Jan here. It's been a while, I think. So listening back to this, I realised that I don't think we actually put in the released episodes the discussions we had about setting up the public works for the Ark. There's been a lot of housekeeping in this game and a lot of chatter for things like XP and such, which was eventually cut. And I think most of our public works chatter also got cut too, if I recall correctly. So we currently have hunting party and defenses active, and Past Jan will soon explain some additional things for you all about what this means for the game. Toodles. So, everybody can contribute to one public work per session. All you have to do is do a scene and say that that's what I spend my evening doing, so.
All right.
So the public works are hunting party and defenses.
I'm going to go out with the hunting party because I got to kill something to burn off some of this anger.
So you guys are going to call it there for the night for going out. You have this discussion about making sure that your future plans ally, and I'm guessing that you're turning now to go and do the rest of your evening in the Ark.
Yeah, we got jobs to do.
The sun is setting, and from at this time, like when the sun rises and the sun set, the Ark looks momentarily beautiful. The light is dimming. The last few people who are working on some of the wall defenses are putting in their last nails and putting down their hammers. People who've been scraping, getting moss scrapings, which is what a lot of the Ark live off of. They're walking back to the Ark with buckets full of moss. And the dog handlers are out throwing some scraps to the wild mutts that live around the Ark. And it's becoming officially nighttime. Like, you guys, the people of the Ark, they were preparing this bear meal for most of the evening. It's about, I think by now it will be the time where everyone's starting to eat. As I said, mostly the Ark survives if they don't have their own private food source, like a lot of the bosses do. They mostly live on like moss scrapings, fungi, and any old little bits of food that are remnants from the elders' old stockpile. So as you head back into the Ark, there is a relatively big crowd around the meeting point who are digging into the stew that was being made from your bear meat. The mood had been very excited earlier in the day, but you felt it dramatically disappear with Zazi's outburst earlier in the day. And as you walk through the crowds, there's, I think, particularly around Tark and Zazie, because they're taller and more noticeable, there's a noticeable hush around you as people kind of stop like what they were like murmuring about. Because rumors and gossip are very, very well and alive in the Ark. But I think Millicent, as she wanders around between people's legs, picks up on little bits of conversations here and there. The way that people feeling is very pulled in very different directions. You hear people talking about, Marle is a really good guy and we should really help each other more, but everyone is just struggling with their own survival so much that nobody is really looking out for each other. Then you've got other people who are more scornful and like, well, these guys brought it on themselves. They should know not to piss the bosses off. Just keep your head down, blah, blah, blah. Some of them are just really happy to have something proper to eat today, and they're not gonna curse anyone out in any way. There's a couple of times as you're out there that you see fights breaking out. Some people are scrabbling over who had more chunks of meat in their stew than others, and it's a little bit more tense now. What would you like to do?
So I was going to contribute to the hunting party.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's night, I don't think going out into the zone is what we're hunting.
You can do it in any way you like. So you could consider it like you're giving a lecture on how to work bows or something like that, or how to skin animals.
Well, actually, what I'm going to hunt is the creatures. Can I just make up a creature?
Of course you can.
They're called mud grubbers.
Okay.
So yeah, we set up like. They're like crab cages, crab baskets, but they're for catching these big kind of mutated mollusks with no shell. they're very soft and they're very big and very gelatinous, and they hide in the mud all day, and at night they float up to the top and look for food.
They sound delicious. It's a real shame we don't have any garlic butter. That would be perfect.
Okay, would you like to roll and see if you get to get the... Oh, God, what's wrong with my mouth? A phrase I've never thought I would say on mic.
So I think I use shoot, right?
Yeah, it's either shoot or
Endure. Yeah, it's endure. And
endure
shoot.
or shoot, yeah.
I'm going to use shoot, and just, even though I'm not shooting them with a rifle, maybe I'm shooting them with like a harpoon or something to draw them in. So that is 5 base die, 1 for shoot, 1 for my rifle, and I'll roll it. And I'm going to push it. And I got 3 successes.
Ooh, then the hunting party is complete.
Escargot for everybody.
Do you want to describe for us what this great hunting success looks like and how you feel it changes the arc?
Well, we were there for a few hours, myself and the boys. There is there's Slimy Pete and Mickey Mudface, and it was kind of a bust. We thought it was going to be kind of a bust. All the mud grubbers were like really small. They were young. Some of them we had to throw them back because you can't just take the young, or else you overfish your stocks. We were about to call it a night with like our buckets, our mud buckets basically empty. There was barely enough there for an amuse-bouche.
Did you have like a special technique that you laid down for them that helped you get that final catch?
Yeah. Well, I came up with a new lattice for the net. So how you catch a mud grubber is it's a net. It's a basket harpoon. So it's this basket that's on the end of a long pole, and when you see the mud grubbers come up, you fuck it at them, and
the technical term.
Yeah, because they're so slimy, the basket will literally go through their body and out the other side, and then they're a non-Newtonian liquid, so when they try to get out, then they are actually solid and they're stuck in the basket. So yeah, I came up with a new lattice that like holds them in a whole lot better, and but that's not why it was such a good night.
Oh, do tell.
Because we landed the biggest mud grubber that this arc has ever fucking seen.
Wow.
It's Grubzilla.
It was the size of Millicent if it was a foot. And it took 3 of us to haul it in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's in the pot now.
Sweet. Then you can roll to see how much the dev rating goes up. So, just for the listeners, when a project in the arc is completed and all the work points are successfully attributed, there is a dev bonus for the different dev elements in the arc, which the PCs can roll for. And once it goes over like 10, 20, 30, the background layer of the arc is improved. So at the moment, we're going to be rolling for food supply. What's the current food supply level? 1. So would you like to roll 2d6?
Don't ask me how I remember that.
And that's how much it will increase by.
2d6. Yeah. So that's 4.
4. So then now the food supply is at 5.
5.
So still not yet to increase it up to the next development level.
All the same, meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, but we can build a smoker now.
Ooh. Mud grubber jerky. We're living high.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It's more
work.
of a sauce than a jerky, to be honest with you.
They did begin to sound less appetizing the more you described them.
I think you just put it in a jar and make it a chutney.
Yeah.
So awesome work. You guys have not only had a bit of bear stew today, but you also got some crustacean, kind of. What would you call it?
It's a disgusting shellless mollusk.
It's a mollusk.
Non-Newtonian mollusk.
You got some seafood in your diet as well, which the boys who helped you, they feel really good about it, and they go away talking excitedly about how they're going to catch the next big mud grubber, and they were going to beat you next time.
Yeah. And how good mercury is for you.
What are Zazie and Millicent up to?
Okay, I'm putting my academic knowledge of how hunting is supposed to work for the flushing and stalking of large game, and for this purpose, I have recruited any enthusiastic hunters who will listen to me.
Wait,
Oh, hold on a minute. The hunting party has been completed, actually.
So you don't have to go out.
So hunting is not the one that we're like that public work is
Oh,
done
that's
now.
completed, so we're doing something else now.
Yeah,
But-
because you had two
Defenses.
started. You had defenses and food and hunting party. So
Okay,
hunting
I was
party
going to
is
make a bunch of
completed.
hunters stick leaves to their faces and stalk Chronicler Devine around on her errands.
I mean, you can still do that. It's just not going to contribute to the to the decorating of the ark.
Okay, that's fine. I can do
there's
walls.
there's a couple things. We could also start another one.
No,
because,
not until an assembly.
Oh, shite.
Okay, no, that's fine. Like, I can standardize some material. Basically, I can come up with some basic measurements that are standardized. Say the wall's got to be this long, get a plank of that long, mark it, and each one is 1/5 of this length wide, and explain it to whoever's going to be doing the building. Essentially, come up with a basic schematic in charcoal on whatever large surface.
So the
I
skills
think
of
that's.
force or scout.
I was hoping that would be comprehend.
I was
No,
too.
it has to be force or
Force or
scout.
scout?
I'm afraid.
Okay. You know what? Force. Then I am going to, in frustration at people failing to understand my beautiful lecture, start wrestling some boards into place, and we'll see if that works.
Like this, God damn it!
That's one success.
Hey,
There we go. Millicent's wiry.
the total work points for defenses is 2 times the number of PCs, so that's 6 in total. So on the arc sheet, you Fabio, you have the arc sheet.
Yep.
You've got 1 of 6 for defenses.
Righty.
All right. Millicent experiences some of the pleasure of manual labor, previously denied to her.
And how about Zazie?
I mean, this is a 2 birds, 1 stone situation for Zazie, because Zazie needs to build defenses anyway for Tara.
But that's a personal project, not
That's
public
fine.
work.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is Zaz was like, I can build whatever. That's not the issue. The issue is, how do I build decent defenses that are gonna last more than 1 night? So working on the wall is a win-win for Zaz. And so Zaz is gonna go roll his sleeves and put in the hard work. Now, can I push a roll for these?
I don't see why not.
Yes.
Let's see. Yes, it says you can push a roll.
Then I did push. I rolled when Millicent was rolling, and I got 2 successes, but I did get a corruption point.
So
On my
did
strength.
you
I
use
used
your
force. Yes.
Okay. So you managed to. What exactly were you doing for the defenses?
Manual labor, hard, heavy carrying
But what are you hauling? Like you're hauling metal?
and soldering, and all whilst taking notes on my little paper pad that I might have for some unknown reason. Notes that, by the way, are not in any language because I don't know how to speak.
Yeah, they must be drawings.
They're drawings,
yeah.
yes.
So you spend your evening hauling stuff into piles of where you think the defenses need to be, although you strain your shoulder from carrying it over the same shoulder all the time, and you make a personal note to learn to distribute the weight and lift with your knees and not your back.
Oh, did you fail your push?
No, I succeeded.
Well, then you don't take damage from it.
Don't I take damage?
No, it's
when
only
I
if you
push?
fail the push.
No, for whenever you get a fail.
Whenever you get a one.
he got successes, but he also got a 1.
So I had 1 success, and I was like, "Fuck it, I want to push it." I pushed. I got 2 successes, and I got the.
But do they
the
not
1.
only apply if you fail the push?
I thought you got it anyway.
you get it anyway because it's what pushes you to get mutation points.
Yes. Oh, so that's right. I get a new mutation point. I am now, by the way, 2 damage out of 3.
I'm not looking great myself.
I mean, you want to get some healing.
Yes, I do. Funny you should mention that.
You can eat some of your grub to heal damage, right?
That's right. And look at that. We just got some mud grubbers in. So I guess I will. But apparently for Zaz, carrying with the knees was not enough. And even though he really pushed himself tonight, he still managed to injure himself in doing so.
He's more of a thinker.
But I mean, Zaz was working hard and still got 2 successes, which means another project done.
No, it's 6 points for the defenses.
6 points for defense.
2 times the number of PCs. So that's 6.
I didn't even check that.
But you're halfway done now.
Yeah, we're halfway done, which is pretty good.
Do either of you two want to have a bedtime scene, or are we cutting to the next day? Oh, Zazie, are you going home with Pontiac and
That's a really
Jarl?
good question.
I also just realized that your two of your roommates are called Marle and Jarl.
Hell yeah.
Jarl and Marle. What are the consequences for me working through the night?
I don't think there's any mechanical ones except for if you're wanting to heal. If you want to heal, you need to have at least 4 hours of rest per resource that you use to heal. And you're on very low health, right?
Yep.
Then you're probably going to have to rest. You also said yesterday that you were going out into the woods specifically to find scrap for Terra's defenses, so you can't... If that's what you were planning to do, you said you didn't have the scrap to work on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought originally. But now I'm thinking, well, I mean, if we've got enough scrap to build defenses...
I don't think you have.
All right, fine. I guess I'm gonna rest.
Because they're using the scrap for the Ark's defenses.
Yeah.
You're not going to steal. If you do that, you'll probably have to take off one of the work points.
Successes that I worked so hard.
That would be considered towards sabotage of the defenses.
Yeah, you'd have to be tried in front of a jury of your peers.
All the other gearheads.
I'm just imagining Millicent with a fake judge's wig on. But
Yeah. Right. Well, I cannot go home. Facing Pontiac and Jarl would be, whilst not having brought home Marle would be that, and the fact that I brought harm to us, yeah, it would just be too much. So I'm going to sleep outside.
Okay. So you maybe get comfy in one of the chairs near where the gathering is still happening at the assembly point.
Eat some mud grubber.
You get a few people coming and tapping you on the shoulder, giving you sympathetic eyes or thanks for the work that you've done.
Cool.
How about Millicent?
let me see. Do we get, like, grub back in terms of... Because I want to spend some when I'm sleeping tonight to get damage back.
You have to buy it.
Okay, so that's a buying thing. All right, good to know.
Wait, even if there's like a feast?
Yes, that's true. We said that everybody gets one grub today at the feast.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have one... If you're eating it now, you can have one grub for free to heal up.
Nice. In the course of things, is Millicent able to have discussed with the excitable young hunters that they should practice stalking Devine?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Because they also, like... I think you have a bit of reputation, the two of you. So on the one hand, they're like, we play a prank on Devine. But on the other hand, they're like, but we have to listen to Millicent.
Listen, it's fun. Like, it's like Assassin's Creed. You gotta, like, walk slowly so she doesn't notice you, like in a group. And then you're actually trying to maneuver her towards your comrades who are waiting in ambush in a bush, who leap out covered in leaves. And then from a distance, I shout through a roll of paper, "Excellent work, hunt complete. Now move to the exit point."
Okay, so this is what's going to happen. You try to convince these guys that this is a fun thing to do. And they sit and they listen and they entertain you. And then they say, well, you know, you seem to know a lot about this. You should show us how it's done.
Okay, I mean, that's better than the other option, which was them deciding to hunt me. So yeah, you know what? I will show them how it's done. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I have extensive experience stalking Devine, but listen, it's not like that. Should I roll sneak to see how well I do?
Yes, please.
Okay. And... Oh, that's 2 1s. Can I push that?
If you really want to, yes.
Yes. Fuck. Okay, that's 2 failures. I think I take 2 fatigue. Is that right?
Yeah, two fatigue. Yeah.
And do I also get mutant points?
If you fail when you push, yes.
I did. So do I get 1 mutant point or 1 for each failure?
Just 1.
Okay, shall I describe how that goes and why I have 2 points of
please.
fatigue down?
Dear God, yes, please.
All right. I am dressed in a marvelous ghillie suit of my own invention that I've made of like dead grass that I've woven into my hair. I look like a random encounter in a low-level JRPG. And I'm waiting in the bush and like she's getting closer, you know, I'm on her path like to the chronicler's dormitory. And I leap out and I mistime it so she doesn't even notice because there's like other people around. And then I go to chase her, and then she turns around, and all of a sudden I'm off balance. She's bigger than me. She's chasing me, and she's got like a heavy book in one hand, clap on one side of the face, and I'm running, I'm scrambling, but she's got death in her eyes. I try to hide back in the bush, but it doesn't work because it's not League of Legends, and she knows exactly where I am. And we spend the rest of the evening. Like, I'm hiding in, like, an old coal cellar. She's got some of the other chroniclers. She's like, you haven't got any place to hide, Millicent. This bullshit has to end sometime. And I end up sleeping not in my comfortable dormitory, but in a wet hole. And that is why I am fatigued.
Oh, no.
Because I know they'll be waiting when I go back to the dormitory.
And they're probably going to pants you or something.
Exactly. Or worse. Who knows? Like, this campaign of intimidation will only escalate.
Well, I mean, she's
Which
also
I
kind
started.
of asking for
Which
it.
I 1000% started.
Were you going to say something, Fabio?
Yeah, you get 1 mutation point for each point of trauma you get
you
during
do?
the push.
I am
yeah.
humming with psychic power.
So am I. Shit's
Okay.
just bursting into flame around me.
So by this point, it's getting pretty dark. You guys you've done a lot of hard work today. I think as Tark I don't know whether Tark stayed around much in the meeting assembly area, but as you're maybe walking away to go back to your den or something, you feel a tug on your arm, and you turn around, and it's Jenna. She's got your arm in a light grip. And she looks you in the eye, she says, "Hey, I heard about what happened to your den."
Pull my arm out of her grip.
Oh yeah, what'd you hear about it?
I heard that. Well, I heard what Briston did. He's got you guys over a fucking barrel.
Well, this is between me and Briston.
Well, I'm of the belief that a mutant's den is their sacred space. You don't fuck around with another mutant's den.
Okay. Well, why are you talking to me about this?
'Cause I think you and I are probably of the same mind about him. A boss that's never even been out in the zone? Calling the shots around here? He doesn't even know what it's like out there.
Yeah.
He's too much of a coward to even go out. He's been pushing us all around for far too long.
A stalker should lead the Ark.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. But my point is, you and I are the kind of types that could make changes to the Ark. We need to get further out, push further into the zone than we've ever been. There has to be resources and knowledge out there for us to make this a better place. The more that we can flourish and grow, the less the bosses have to keep holding over us. And if we were to find some remnants of the ancients, some real remnants, they lived, it seems, such comfortable, happy lives. Some artifacts or even machines of theirs, we could really make a difference with them. The way things are going, the bosses aren't making any differences for the good.
Maybe there is a place where people still live like that.
You mean Eden?
Yeah. You know, I heard that,
This is a story that Old Tark told him.
That in Eden there are no bosses.
Sounds like a dream.
Clean water, good food, no bosses,
Bikinis.
and something called bikinis.
Well, I think if you and I and some of the other stalkers are of the same mind, that's something we should start working towards.
We should start a stalkers union.
She takes her, like, she steps back a little bit and kind of, like, wafts her hood and her hair away. Like, the moment's past, she's like, anyways, it's not okay what Briston did. And, well, I got my beef with him as well. Maybe if anything happens in the future, you can count on me. And she turns around and walks back to the firelight.
Hey, Jenna.
I call out after.
She just stops and turns her head to the side.
Thank you for finger guns.
She squints her eyes for a minute and then pretends like she's just been shot in the chest.
And then I blow the smoke off my finger gun, reholster it, and walk back to my house.
All right, Jenna's a dangerous radical. We need to report her to Briston for sedition to maintain order.
Thanks for listening, folks. If you enjoyed this, why don't you leave us a review? It'll help spread the word and allow others to find us too. If you have any comments, questions, or just want to get in touch with us, you can. We're currently between social media accounts right now, but we do have a shiny new YouTube channel, which can be found at Tales of Podcast Berlin. We also have a Ko-fi account. If you'd like to support the pod with a donation, buy us a coffee, or just send us a message there, you can find us at ko-fi.com/Tales of Podcast. This week's Tales of Podcast crew is Charles as Zazie, Fabio as Tark, Patsy as Millicent Thunderchild, as well as co-producer and resident doodler, and myself, Jan, as your GM, audio designer, and producer. All music and sound effects used with permission and may have been edited or modified for use. Details and links can be found in the show notes. See you next episode.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
How are we feeling?
Motivated.
I've got a little like throw up feel in the back of my I must kill.
I'm basically doing a memento job here because I know that I can't remember things between sessions. So I've just written, I will kill Nelma. And no context whatsoever. So next time I'm here, I'm going, oh, okay, I'll have to kill Nelma.
Those
Excellent.
could also be your notes from like the first session.
It
though.
could be. But I have added, I will overthrow Briston.
Yeah, definitely. Briston's got to go somehow.
Yeah, like if we hadn't already gotten around a table and put our hands in and made an agreement, this would be.
This is it. Yeah, no. Briston has got to go, but we need to be strong enough to take on Briston, which means making allies and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and I think if there comes a point where we're feeling more resilient, an excellent first move would be disposing of his enforcer to show that we mean business.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah, I was actually secretly hoping you were gonna blow up. Now I was just like, oh, this shit just went really sideways.
Listen,
Good.
that's a situation where we need to find some white robes and go and be pure ones.
Yes, pure one. That's it. We join you.
Because right now this is the only society
You have
we are
water?
a part of. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm loving it. No, but I feel like the NPC I hate is changing. Yeah. I think Briston should be like, but I think that's for later. But I think Briston is definitely going to be the NPC I hate from now on.
No, we would all like some XP for when we finally get to do that.
I'm never going to like Pontiac is always going to be like my nemesis, but that's like a frenemy nemesis. Like I've now learned what true hate is, So yes.
Yeah, like my rivalry with Devine seems somewhat quaint by now.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I originally imagined Pontiac, I imagined it as a kind of friendly rivalry. But then I was like, for the XP of it, the whole purpose of having the NPC you hit is to get XP.
Yeah.
And if it's a friendly rival, then you can't really mess with them.
Well, that's why the first thing I did was like, I'm gonna go see Pontiac and rub it in his face. Like I need to have that XP. But now I'm like, fuck that. Pontiac, like I will always find any chance I can to rub it in his face. But this is no.
Not the time.
Yeah, this is now I've got hate.
Yeah, because now we have genuine ideological enemies.
Yeah. Which is great. It's fucking brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to. It's always nice to just hear how you guys feel after a session, but I also didn't realize that, I don't know whether you were joking or not when you said it had been kind of nice and whimsical up until now.
Well, it has, right?
I mean, I didn't think it was actually that nice. But I knew that at some point, I think it was because I hadn't really fleshed out the arc too much. So if we're now going to spend more time in the arc, I realize like I'm going to have to start fleshing out the
that's
dynamics.
fucking brilliant.
And I mean, it's part of the GM strategy to like you have to keep them on their toes.
Yeah.
And remember that the arc is not safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like exploring the wasteland, that's kind of adventure shaped. Because there's even if it's dangerous, there's a certain like freedom and fun to it.
Yeah.
But like, the arc is like that's sort of where the dystopia lives, because that's a bunch of people you got to put up with.
No, it's fucking brilliant. Whimsical is maybe the wrong word, but things were definitely light, and I think this is perfect way to snap things back into place. And I'm actually really excited for people to listen to this now. So I think they're gonna fucking like, oh fuck, now
As long
shit
as
got
they've
real.
stuck around long enough.
Yeah. But it's like,
How could they not?
have you guys seen Invincible on Amazon?
I'm somewhat familiar with it, but read the comics a bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, just watch the first episode. Stay for the after credits. I mean, yeah. If you read the comics, then you know what I'm talking about. Although it comes in a lot later in the comics, but yeah. There's just something great about like everything is good and like things are tough, but we're powering through and oh fuck, here comes a cinder block of shit for you to carry.
Yeah, it's
Let's
like,
go.
I think I can't remember what it was us who said it or not, but it's like the opening of The Boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, it's like a genre change, right? It's like the stakes are different.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want it to feel too jarring, but it's kind of. No, I mean, if it then like, I expect there will be moments of whimsy, and there will be moments of okay, shit is going down. I hope it doesn't give any kind of whiplash feeling if it goes back and forth.
The changes in tone are like good, right?
Yes, and definitely, I've noticed that like our interactions between us three have changed from the first episode, which is great. Like there's more of a relationship. There's more of like a banter and whatnot. It's nice that like, oh, now these two are helping me out really more than anything. I mean, they're helping themselves, but also like me especially. Like that's like, we're building like bonds over here, which is dope.
Yeah, and it's like also being up against it sort of shows like weaknesses. It's an excuse to do character stuff. Like, sort of Millicent talks big, but like she doesn't like being threatened and doesn't really have any way of dealing with that. And like, sort of Tark's super competent, but also a little reckless.
Oh, definitely. I love that.
He's a little impetuous, yeah. Impulse control isn't a strong thing.
I've been having a lot of fun actually figuring out how to mess with Millicent.
It's, I mean, she's pretty easy to mess with. She has lots of neuroses.